Hey, how are ya? This is Kim and Amy Read Urantia. So we're gonna start with where is it? Oh, here it is.
Yeah.
365 Days of Walking the Red Road by Terry Jean. Okay, so and today we are honoring Chief Plentycoo, who is a crow. Do you want to do that?
Sure.
Okay.
February 16th. The ground on which we stand is sacred ground. It is of the blood of our ancestors. Wow.
Yes.
Chief Plentycoo, Crow, 1848 to 1932.
Right.
On this,
Okay, so I don't know what I want to mention by that in case people don't know is the coup, COUPS. So he's got plenty coup. So that means that the Indians did something called counting coup. Do you know about this?
mm-mm.
Okay. So he was a Crow Indian, and that's in western or eastern part of Montana, right? And they'd go up to the enemy and see, not try to hurt the enemy, but just see if they could just touch them like that, or just tap them with their bow or something like this. Just tap them, and that's an insult to the enemy. Then that means that I'm stronger than you, I'm better than you anyway. So so apparently this chief did that a lot, and so just embarrassed the enemy. Now that seems like in a way, it seems like a kind of a childish thing to do, but it's so it's innocent, and it was effective without being fatal, right? So this is a very effective means of social control or of establishing, some kind of dominance or like this. But you don't have to kill somebody, right?
I love it.
But it's very good. They did that a lot. Of course, when they tried to do that to the white folks that came, they're like, what? Let's gonna just shoot that guy. Whatever. He's gonna come up here and just holler a little bit and tap me like this, and then be gone. And then, okay, we're going to shoot that guy. But anyway, that's okay. Go ahead. On this day in Native history.
February 16th, 1835, Congress passed the Indian Removal Act, initiating the relocation of thousands of people.
Okay, and I did just a little bit, just surface research on this stuff, and it's frustrating. I don't know if I'm gonna use this book throughout the year. I don't know if I'm gonna keep using it, because here, what I've got is that the Indian Removal Act was passed in 1830, not 1835. Okay, there was okay. So that's according to history of the state government here, Indian Removal Act.
Oh, there's more than one, though.
1830. No, it's the same one. It was signed by President Andrew Jackson on May 28th, 1830. What it does say a little bit about 1835, just a slight note here. Trail of Tears, a few self-appointed representatives of the Cherokee ceded land in 1835. At the beginning of the 1830s, nearly 125,000 Native Americans that lived on the millions of acres of land in Georgia, Tennessee, Alabama, North Carolina, and Florida. So big area. So we rounded all these people up and walked them to Oklahoma. And this was called the Trail of Tears. I've thought of doing a commemoration of this walk some way. That would be, I'd like to participate in that. Anyway. But yeah, so this was the dislocation of the Indians that were east of the Mississippi to the other side of the Mississippi. That wasn't enough for the white people either. They kept on till they were all, put on reservations and stuff. So, but anyway, okay.
My grandma was Cherokee, and she's part of the Trail of Tears, but they didn't research their history well enough, so we don't know if we were the the area that was moved to Oklahoma or the area that was moved up more north, East Coast. But that makes me wonder if we were part of the Midwestern, the Wisconsin, or she thinks that we were from, I don't know, the South and moved to Oklahoma. But
Okay. Well, do respect to your grandmother. You know, the Cherokee Nation now is located in Oklahoma.
yeah.
Cherokee Nation is in northeastern Oklahoma, right
Okay.
there by
Oh,
Tulsa.
wow.
Yeah. Yeah. But those people were moved far west. Yeah, get them west of the Mississippi. Okay. So, all right. All right. So we will continue on with reading the Tao Te Ching. Grab that over there.
Oh, it's over here. I wish that earlier generations would have done better at able to record, like.
Right. Well, you know, it was totally, these people didn't count. They didn't even
I know,
see them as humans.
I know.
They don't
I know.
like why would you, you know?
Well, no, and families coming here from Africa, they don't do birth certificates and birth dates, so they guesstimate. So a child coming here from Africa, they could give the age of 17 and they're actually 13, but because they're so tall, so it's really hard. And even stuff that was recorded from my grandfather's side is hard to find. And then my grandmother's mom died when she was 2. So, and now with the digital age, it's so much better. But my grandma was doing this by going to the Church of Mormon, and they were helping her recover all this about my grandfather's lineage and her lineage. And she did it all paperwork, scattered all over tables in the basement. Wrote just books with 400 pages of my grandfather's history. Unfortunately, she passed away before she got to do her own.
Well, yeah, I know that a lot of people that lived in Africa that came here. Now I'm talking about, you know, a lot of my clients are from Somalia. They didn't know their birthdays. It wasn't
Right.
important to them. You know, it wasn't that important to them. Muslims don't traditionally celebrate birthdays at all.
Mhm.
So they'd come here and they'd say how old they were, about how old they were, and I know I'm this old, you know. And so they said they just gave everybody January 1st as your birthday. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. They did that too with my grandma, who was Cherokee. When she came, she married a man and converted to being Jehovah's Witness. So they don't celebrate holidays. And I don't know how much she knew from her mother and grandmother before that, but that would be really cool to know about the Cherokee lineage and my Norwegian lineage. I know a lot about the Irish.
Yeah. We have a little bit. I have a wee bit Irish in me, in my blood. That's what I get my sparkling Irish with.
That's cute.
Right. I don't know if that's a good Irish accent or not. No, okay, all right. I'm actually part leprechaun. But anyway, moving on. Okay, we got to read the Tao Te Ching. Today we're reading chapter 16. I'll show you the beautiful photograph of the mountain jutting up into the clouds.
I'm watching my cat trying to
Your cat
look
is
outside. She still wants outside.
She's a good kitty. She's a smart kitty. She wants to go out there. She's checking out the squirrels out there. Yeah. That's Anya the cat. Anya.
Sorry.
Okay, so I'm going to read to you about tranquility. Allow the heart to empty itself of all turmoil. Retrieve the utter tranquility of mind from which you issued. Although all forms are dynamic and we all grow and transform, each of us is compelled to return to our root. Our root is quietude.
Oh, yeah.
To fully return to our root is to be enlightened. Never to experience tranquility is to act blindly, a sure path to disaster. To know tranquility is to embrace all. To embrace all is to be just. Justice is the foundation for wholeness. Wholeness is the great integrity. The great integrity is the infinite fulfilling itself.
Wow.
I think this speaks in such grand terms, but at the same time, it's so simple.
Yeah.
It's so basic. It's like return to the core, the quietude. One thing I've told students is that, you can't just go, if you go through life just being mad all the time and just being like stimulated and like this all the time, you're never going to know anything. Because there was one young fellow that I knew that he was always afraid his wife was cheating on him. And it's like, you know what, she could be, and you'd never know. The only way you're ever going to know is to find peace inside yourself. Then you can have that backdrop. It's like having a backdrop of still water, so you can tell when there's a change.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell when there's a drop, a stone drop, and a ripple in that water. If the background is always chaotic and up and down, if you've got this stormy water always in your mind, who can tell if a stone was dropped in that water? Nobody can tell, right?
Yeah.
So for you to know truth of what's going on, you have to have a clear, calm, background in your mind for you to be able to see anything, know anything. And that's very important.
I think that's something that comes with age, unfortunately. Because kids, they're just go, because that's how our world is. And then when you get to be older, that's when you have time to sit and reflect. Unfortunately, if we could teach it to the younger generations, though, I guess that would be getting outdoors more. And that's the rootedness, is connecting your feet to the ground with the earth, your root with the ground, with the earth, and being able to meet basic needs. It goes with Maslow's theory. And if we can't meet our basic needs, then we're constantly up here freaking out, like, when's the next paycheck going to come? Yep. And I'm the type of person that I don't have the money to pay the bills, but I still got to make it to the top of the pyramid. And you can, but if it's not secure, you're going to fall back down. But you have to sit and get quiet to find and hear your God, your Gaia, your infinite wisdom, your higher self, whoever you believe your God to be, to talk to you. You have to get silent and sit long enough to hear the whispers coming to you. And if you could take your kids out in nature more, that can help slow their minds, because they're taken in by a whole new kind of stimuli that isn't a device. I'm going to do that with my kids. I'm taking them. Abby wants to go outside, so I think we're going to go outside and build a snowman this weekend.
Oh, you think, is it going to be no? There's going to be new snow.
No, but it's perfect right now because it's melting, so it's the.
You think it can be?
Yeah. And it'll be warm enough for her to go out in anyway.
Okay, we can try it. I don't know if old snow works. There might be some new snow coming here this in this weekend. It's a little bit of snow.
Well, put snow pants on and slide her down the slide. That'll be exhilarating. She'll fly.
She will. She'll like that. Yeah, she's a beautiful little girl. Okay, we're going to do our I Ching reading because today is the full moon. So we do, I have that. Okay, I don't know how much we can, because there's a lot more written. I don't know if we want to spend the time to go through a lot of it, but hi, Anya.
Yeah. I go, yeah.
Oh, yeah, Anya. Okay, so we want to do an I Ching reading. So last time I just did, what's good for like all of our non-existent listeners, viewers to know about or whatever. So if you want to do a reading for you, yeah, I know. Well, it's kind of true. You want to do a reading for yourself? You want to do a reading for anything? You know what? I should put this. link here.
I would like to do one for work.
Okay. I'm just going to put
Yeah,
this
I
on
know.
my...
You want one? When is she going to get enough money to buy me the high-end wet kitty food?
Is that what? No, and no yes or no questions. Okay.
I know.
So this is the I Ching, okay, website there that we're using. We do have a book here, complete, right? There you go. The I Ching, complete I Ching. So this has got a lot of good stuff. So, but anyway, we're going to go ahead. So what do you want to ask it about?
About work. Will I be starting work soon? Because I've been hired now for a few weeks and I haven't been able to start.
Okay, so this is a full moon. So we're asking now, we're seeing the fulfillment
Of things coming.
what we've remember before last when we did our new moon reading in Chinese New Year, the answer was lying low. Remember, we had to lie low.
I have been.
Okay, good. And the result was supposed to bring us to upward mobility. Okay, now we have to think about what we want to let go of in the following cycle. So this is our harvest cycle. What are we bringing in, and what should we let go of? Because so that we can be empty again and be able to receive again in the next new moon. So what have we learned? What have we taken in from this new moon? What do we take in?
Or are you asking me specifically?
Yeah. So in that context, so what?
Relationships, letting them bloom as they will flow is separate of that. Getting rid of clutter. That can be mental clutter in the brain. That can be just taking things that people tell you that don't apply right now and putting it aside on a shelf for a rainy day. That's not me specifically.
So let's put this in a question.
But it's something that I've been,
Put this in a question.
But I don't need to.
Okay, we don't need to.
Because I keep getting, what do I need to let go of? And I already know. It's just finding the time to do it.
Okay.
So I'm more concerned about will I be working? Will I be able to, as of March 1st, my rent goes up $176 and I'm still not starting my job. So what do I need to do differently in order for me to financially meet the expectations of
obligations. Living. Okay, go ahead, hit the continue button. There it is. All right.
Okay, I just asked my question. Got it. But am I supposed to type it in?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't even matter. You brought the energy into the situation. So go ahead. Keep going. Touch it 6 times. 2, 3. All right. So you got hexagram 40. So today is, I'm going to write this down, 2/16/22, and we have hexagram 40. And we're going to read hexagram 40. You want to turn in there to 40 and see what that says there. So this is liberation. Okay, so we have here we go.
This is super cool.
Thunder 40. Thunder over the water is hexagram 40. Okay,
relief.
So I'm going to show you
thunder and rain.
Thunder and rain. So it's release. It's like, it's like you feel cleansed. Oh, Oh, and none of those are changing lines. See that? None of them are changing lines. There are no changing lines. So it doesn't so this is just how it is. No change. Well, that's good because I didn't bring my red pen for the changing lines. Whatever. Okay.
I just weirdly saw my dream last night, and my grandparents are deceased, and I frequently dream of them, but it's always Grandpa, and I realize he's still communicating to me through my dreams. And in my dream last night, I needed rest, so I walked out to the back of the house and I laid in the grass on the hill,
Mhm.
which is something all of us kids used to do, and we just look up at the sky.
Okay, I'm just going to show you. This here. Okay, so that's our hexagram today. It's thunder over water. I don't know. Do you see this backwards? I don't know. I see it backwards on there, but whatever. There's no changing lines. So we're liberated. We are liberated from whatever is bothering us or holding us down. So do you want to read some of this here? So there's relief here. So is
The
this
decision,
this is 40.
yeah.
40 is relief. Also called liberation. Yeah. Okay. Things cannot remain in hardship without end. Thus, after hardship,
Follows
relief follows. Okay.
And then the decision would be relief, favorable in the southwest, nowhere to go. Oh, I like that. Then I can just chill.
Just chill.
Come back, return to normal. It's so weird because all my other readings have said relax, just lie low. Good fortune, and then I'll have somewhere to go and no delay. Good fortune. Commentary on the decision.
So are you making a decision about this kind of just
Relief. Danger produces motion. Through motion, danger is removed. This is what relief means. Relief. Favorable in the southwest. Going forward when the multitude returning back brings good fortune. He obtains the central position. If there is somewhere to go, acting without delay brings good fortune. He will receive merit by going forward. Heaven and the earth obtain relief. Thunderstorm and rain come together. When thunderstorm and rain come together, the buds of plants and fruit trees begin to burst. Great, indeed, is the time of relieving. Commentary on the symbol. Rolling thunder with heavy rain, an image of relief. In correspondence with this, the superior person pardons mistakes and deals gently with misdeeds. That's hard because when you, as the person itself, I don't know, it's hard to forgive others, but at times easier to forgive others than it is
to forgive yourself?
pardon our own
Yeah.
mistakes and deal gently with ourselves with our misdeeds.
And that kind of goes together. You'll find that the people that are hard on other people are hard on themselves
Harder.
as well. Harder on themselves. Yeah, you'll find that here. And that's not always evident because people, why is that person such a B or whatever? Okay. And if they knew that person's personal lives or what their internal talk is, and understand that the person is really having a hard time themselves with a lot of things. Okay, so let's look here at our cast hexagram here is a thunderous cloudburst shatters the oppressive humidity. The superior person knows the release and forgiveness, pardoning the faults of others and dealing gently with those who sin against him. That's what he said. It pays to accept things as they are for now. There's nothing else to be gained. A return brings good fortune. If there's something yet to be gained, act on it at once.
And for me right now, that's through prayer.
Through prayer.
There's things that I'm not able to let go of yet, that by asking God to help me through it and help do it for me.
Well, you're talking about your job here. I'm thinking, like you go to work at your job here, or there was a piece of paperwork that you hadn't filed, so that you got, and you
but
did
everything
that,
goes
snapped
together,
on that.
though.
Yep.
So if I'm not dealing with stuff I need to deal with, I'm not going to be ready to do what I need to do in the workforce if I'm bringing that in with me. With the workforce, I've done pretty much everything I can right now. Is just sit and wait.
Yeah. Okay, so the relief you experience here is not your own personal pardon, but the release of others from your rigid expectations. Like a hot air balloon, you will rise to new heights as you cast the heavy sandbags of resentments and restrictions away from you. Feel the lightness of being that results from forgiving others and accepting them as they are. Free yourself of the endless vigil of policing the behavior of others, right? See them for who they are, not what they can or can't do for you.
And see, I can do that with everyone except for one person right now, so I'll give it over to God for now.
Really? That one person is D?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. You can't do anything about that. Yeah, just give it to God. Yep. Cut the cord. Okay. All right. Very good reading. Okay.
And with work, I think it'll happen in God's divine timing. And, I've got 3 people wanting me for work. So I guess it's just where God decides it's the best fit for me right now. And, because I'm doing this recovery journey, maybe it's to finish the recovery journey first.
That's important too.
And that the money will come some other way. So just being open to whatever comes, be prepared. Like it says, doing all that I can do, and then releasing it over. And if there's no more action to take, to just wait patiently and know that there is lessons to be gained in the quietness. And maybe that's learning more about self and my relationship to God. Oh, that's what it is for me. Because I said I wanted to get closer to God this year. And maybe the stillness, the quietness, and just sitting in the Word. See, God works through mysterious ways because He's coming through for me in this today. In a totally roundabout way, I asked one question and He answered me in 3 different ways. Okay. 3 different areas of my life. Maybe I took that a little too deep, but that's where it went for me.
Okay, so that's going here, but okay, all right. No, it's okay, it's good. But the original question
was about work. It
was
will
about
I be
work
able to,
and
but
finances.
Yep, and that's what I said at the end, is that even if it's not this job right now, or to have a job right now, and it's to do recovery, the money will still come.
Well, and look at
Just
your
in a different way.
Well, and you had an oracle reading earlier this morning, right? That said that you need to get out of your comfort zone.
Actually, it was Mom.
It was about your
It was
mom.
The oracle readings, and I keep getting those cards for the last year and a half, and even the reading I did where I asked if Mom had something, it was Jaguar, and then it was Flow.
Right. So
it's just everything's reaffirming.
Jaguar is powerful, but Jaguar acts through stealth. Okay, so Jaguar keeps the back door open, right? And is stealthy, and doesn't always reveal their intent. So that's a powerful way to act from the shadow.
Yeah.
Okay, so your mom is there in your shadows, helping you.
Grandpa too.
Okay.
Wow, okay. It's weird that you just did that little thing and the little flashes of everything else start to come together.
It's okay. All right. Well, I think we need to move on and read our
Like,
Urantia book.
really? They have to do a
Huh?
ad. They had to do an ad in the middle of
you know
that.
they
I
always
they
are
gotta
doing.
make
Yeah,
money.
that's the name of the game. You know, this is America.
What kind of water is that? Watermelon lime?
Watermelon lime.
Ugh,
It's nice.
you'd kill me. 'Cause I'm allergic
Yeah,
to watermelon.
watermelon lime. Well, yeah, that's right. You're allergic to
Mhm.
watermelon. Yeah. Okay, but I like it. Anyway, okay, so we're gonna read from the Urantia book now. We're on paper 37. Paper 37, Personalities of the Local Universe, and we're talking about the Brilliant Evening Stars, which is section 2. And Amy, if you'd like to start just the first paragraph there.
These brilliant creatures were planned by the Melchizedeks and were then brought into being by the Creator Son and the Creative Spirit. They serve in many capacities, but chiefly as liaison officers of Gabriel, the local universe chief executive. One or more of these beings function as his representatives at the capital of every constellation and system in Nebadon.
Okay, so this is the immediate staff or the liaison officers of Gabriel, right? So, right. As chief executive of Nebadon, Gabriel is ex officio chairman of or observer at most of the Salvington conclaves. And as many as 1,000 of these are often in session simultaneously. So he's right.
Multifaceted and
Okay.
functioning.
So the brilliant evening stars are standing in for him at these conclaves that are happening simultaneously, like up to 1,000. These meetings are going on, and he has to have a representative at each one of them too, right? To administer each one of them, make sure they're all going according to rules and regs and stuff. The brilliant evening stars represent Gabriel on these occasions. He cannot be in 2 places at the same time, and these super angels compensate for this limitation. They perform an analogous service for the core of the Trinity teacher's sons. Okay. And of course, you remember Trinity teacher sons are they're from paradise, so they have Trinity origin. So these brilliant evening stars are more okay. So they have a service for the. It's hard to keep track of all this stuff. I can't even do it, but I know the Trinity teacher's son are first. They're paradise origin. They're paradise origin beings. Something like that. Okay, something. I don't know, whatever. Okay, all right. So we're gonna keep going now. Do you want to go all the way up to there? Do you want to go for a while? Okay, let me know if you get tired.
Though personally occupied with administrative duties, Gabriel maintains contact with all other phases of universe life and affairs through the brilliant evening stars. They always accompany him on his planetary tours and frequently go on special missions to the individual planets as his personal representatives. On such assignments, they have sometimes been known as the Angel of the Lord. Oh, that's beautiful. They frequently go to Uversa to represent the bright and morning stars before the courts and assemblies of the Ancients of Days, but they seldom journey beyond the confines of Arvanton. The brilliant evening stars are a unique twofold order, embracing some of the created dignity and others of attained service. The Nebadon corps of these super angels now numbers 13,641. There are 4,832 of created dignity, while 8,809 are ascended spirits who have attained this goal of exalted service.
Wow. Okay, so you can be ascend to this level. So that's fascinating to me too, because there are jobs like this, and they're describing jobs that we could have. We could have that job if we ascend, if that's what we want, if that's what our assignment is.
Yeah.
According to what our proclivities are, personal assets are, right? Okay.
Many of these ascendant evening stars started their universe careers as seraphim. Others have ascended from unrevealed levels of creature life.
Mm-hmm.
As an attainment goal, this high core is never closed to ascension candidates, so as long as the universe is not settled in light and life.
Okay.
Both types of brilliant evening stars are easily visible to Urantia personalities and certain types of supermortal material beings. The created beings of this interesting and versatile order possess a spirit force which can be manifested independently of their personal presence.
Okay, so they possess a spirit force which can be manifested independently of their personal. So it's like they can, manifest. Okay, like here's my spirit force, and I'm going to send my spirit force over there, even though I'm not going to be like a hologram.
Yeah,
message or something like that.
kind of like out of body, like they just
Thing.
and then they can.
Yeah. So if I need to go talk to somebody over there, I'm just going to send my little spirit force messenger person thing, energy, and then they'll know what's going on. Okay. Right. That's interesting.
The head of these super angels is Gavalia, the firstborn of this order in Nebadon. Since the return of Christ Michael from his triumphant bestowal on Urantia, Gavalia has been assigned to the ascendant mortal ministry, and for the last 1900 Urantia years, his associate Galantia has maintained headquarters on Jerusalem, where he spends about half of his time. Galantia, I'm using the words inversely because I don't know.
I don't. It's okay.
Is the first of the ascendant super angels to attain this high estate. No regrouping or company organization of the brilliant evening stars exists other than their customary association in pairs on many assignments.
Okay. So use a buddy system. They go out in pairs. Yeah, Gavalia and Galantia. Okay.
Gavalia sounds more right. Gavalia and Galantia.
Gavalia. Okay. All right. They're not extensively
assigned on missions pertaining to the ascendant career of mortals, but when thus commissioned, they never function alone.
Mm-hmm.
They always work in pairs, one a created being, the other an ascendant evening star.
So
that's really cool.
Well, and you find this kind of parallel, like balancing of the value of being created perfect as you are, because you can't be flawed then, right?
Yeah.
Because you're perfect. But then you don't have the range of perception and understanding that an ascendant being would have. So you have both of those, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you'll find that throughout the book that they want to marry the ascendant form of understanding with this wide angle perspective on growth and development with this, perfect, infallible, perfected state. See? Yeah. And to bring that together, right?
It's beautiful.
In kind of a yin yang kind of way. Okay, I'll go for a while.
Mm-hmm.
One of the high duties of the evening stars is to accompany the avonal bestowal sons on their planetary missions. So even as Gabriel accompanied Michael on his Urantia bestowal. Okay, the two attending super angels are the ranking personalities of such missions, serving as co-commanders of the archangels and all other assigned to these undertakings. It is the senior of these super angel commanders who, at the significant time and age, bids the avonal bestowal son, be about your brother's business. Okay, because we had Jesus come to this planet. So Jesus is our creator son, and he created the whole universe, but he can't go to every single planet in the whole universe, right? Okay, but we're very privileged to have hosted him here. So on all the planets in the universe that Jesus doesn't go to, he sends one of these avonal sons that are just like one cut like beneath him. They're also called magisterial sons. So they go in his place and perform the same kind of mission that he performed for us here. And these are the angels, these brilliant evening stars, right? These are the angels that accompany those avonal sons to their Christ mission.
Wow.
Just like Gabriel came and told Jesus that, okay, it's time for you're not a regular guy. You know this now. You got to be about, your Father's business, right? So you have to be about your brother's business. And of course, and the brother is Jesus.
There's so much that I'm still back here picturing this and then
so
lot.
Yeah,
like
I know.
Really,
but it all makes sense. It's like this great organization of activity that's going on, and it's the singular purpose. The purpose of all of this is orchestrated for the purpose of our ascension.
That's what's so crazy.
So that we're so important. I mean, it's informed me that we're so important to God, right?
Yeah.
This is all orchestrated so that we can come into this greatness, into this immortality, in this and be, in this huge thing, and if we're not ready for it, it's this huge burden, but it's only as we're able to accept this and be accountable to it as it,
I just started thinking about the shack.
Yeah.
Because I started thinking about the angels and how they are upset that we're God. Some of them became upset because we're God's chosen people. And if they're doing all of this for us, I can understand their feeling. And then it brought me to God feels for all of his creation, not just us, but his angels as well.
Too. He loves them.
And just all the suffering that he goes through with, it's just, wow.
And he goes through, like he went through, like Papa showed those wrist,
the crucifixion
of
Jesus,
scars.
That he was with them. Yeah.
He was with Jesus the same. And Jesus is with us. Everything we go through.
It's really beautiful when you see it that way. And it's important to stop each day and to think of God this way, because we get so caught up in everything else
little
that
things
we don't,
like,
I don't mean to be rude, but I have allergies and I really need to go blow my nose.
Okay,
I'll be right back.
Tissue. Okay,
sorry.
Okay, shall I wait for you? Should I keep going?
You keep going. I'll be right back.
Okay. Yeah, she just got cats. She has 2 cats now, so now she's having a little bit of allergies coming. Okay. I want to wait for her, but I don't know. I'll read a little bit. Okay. Similar pairs of these super angels are assigned to the planetary core of Trinity teacher sons that functions to establish the post-bestowal or dawning spiritual age of an inhabited world. On such assignments, the evening stars serve as liaisons between the mortals of the realm and the invisible core of teacher sons. Okay, so these teacher sons, Trinity teacher sons, are really fascinating to me, because if this would be the group of beings that is ministering to us currently. now at this time on this planet. So there must be a group of brilliant evening stars accompanying these Trinity teacher sons to our planet at this time. So I just read this here. I'll just read it through quick again. Okay, are you okay? Are you good? Okay. All
I
right.
can breathe a little bit.
Well, you know, and I don't know. I might be smoky because I had sweat lodged.
You're
last
totally
night,
fine.
but-
Don't even worry about it.
Okay.
I just, yeah.
Okay. Similar pairs of these super angels are assigned to the planetary core of Trinity teacher sons that functions to establish the post-bestowal or dawning spiritual age of an inhabited world. On such assignments, the evening stars serve as liaisons between the mortals of the realm and the invisible core of teacher sons. Okay, so that would be like now. Okay, post bestowal is the time after the bestowal of the Creator Son, after the bestowal of Jesus here. So this group of Trinity teacher sons are presumably here ministering to us now, or we're due for one to come. And they could be material or non-material. I don't know. Let me, you know what? I want to look at that. The Trinity teacher sons. Because I think that they can be material, but then they have these angels, these brilliant evening stars. What did I say? Trinity teacher sons. Trinity teacher sons, 21 billion in service, paradise reserves, numbers increasing. Okay, they do not incarnate. Okay. They are apprentices. Okay. All right. Exist in several orders in personality registers. Okay. So these are the order of Danels. So they're ministering to us here, but they don't incarnate. So they're in contact with us here and through these evening stars. So I don't know. It's hard to know though, but I have to believe that they're here with us. Okay. The worlds of the evening stars. The sixth group of 7 Salvington worlds and their 42 tributary satellites are assigned to the administration, of the brilliant evening stars. The 7 primary worlds are presided over by the created orders of these super angels, while the tributary satellites are administered by ascendant evening stars. Okay. So again, you have the ones that are moving up here, that moved up from other orders of beings, and there's created orders, right? 7 primary worlds and the tributary ones. The primary worlds administered by the created evening stars, and the tributary satellites are administered by the ascendant. Okay, the satellites of the first 3 worlds are devoted to the schools of the teacher sons, and the evening stars dedicated to the spirit personalities of the local universe. Okay, the next 3 groups are occupied by similar joint schools devoted to the training of ascending mortals. The 7th world satellites are reserved for the triune deliberations of the teacher sons, the evening stars, and the finaliters. During recent times, these super angels have been closely identified with the local universe work of the core of the finality, and they have long been associated with the teacher sons. There exists a liaison of tremendous power and import between the evening stars and the gravity messengers attached to the finaliter working groups. The 7th primary world itself is reserved for those unrevealed matters which pertain to the future relationship that will obtain between the teacher sons, the finaliters, and the evening stars, consequent upon the completed emergence of the super universe manifestation of the personality of God the Supreme. Okay, did you get all that, Amy?
This I did, because we kind of talked about this once
About
before.
the God the Supreme thing?
Yeah.
And how all this is working.
So I see, you lost me through some of this, but then you got me right back at this part. Yeah.
Okay.
And it's okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
Taking it in little pieces
Little
and
pieces
chunks.
is good because this is a lot. Okay, so anyway, so
Wow.
the brilliant evening stars are at work, and they're probably working for us now on our planet now. They're probably trying to communicate with you right now. Right? Okay. All right, so that's all for today. Hope you have a great one. See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
That was intense reading.